We have a very dear friend of ours in the KOM News Zoom room now, so let's bring her on right now, Lasia Casil with Equality Guam. I want to say, Lasia, that is probably the best virtual background that we have seen, certainly this year. That's very, very nice.
Half a day. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Sabrina, Chris, for having me on Half a Day
Yeah,
Guam.
you fit
Isn't it
perfectly in
great?
the
I
Guam
love it.
seal.
Quality Guam and Guam Pride.
There you go. You fit perfectly in the Guam seal. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Oh, that's nice. That's very, very nice. So Equality Guam has a big meeting coming up with a very heavy hitter as your public speaker and everything. Can you tell us all about that?
We have a few heavy hitters. Yes, tomorrow, Equality Guam, we're having our first general members meeting. So anyone can join us on our Facebook page, Equality Guam, or if you go to the Facebook page, there's our Zoom link. It'll be our first meeting. We had planned on launching this last year at the end of March, but as you know, COVID hit, so we had to postpone it a bit. But with this new administration, there's a lot of things going on for the LGBTQ community, and we want to, reach out to our local community here. And we're starting it off tomorrow. We've got some great advocates for our community zooming in from the States. We have Leslie Herod, who's the first African-American gay woman to be elected to the Colorado legislature. And she has ties to Guam. Her father's from Guam. Her stepfather's from Guam.
Oh, very nice.
She's a powerhouse. I had the opportunity to meet with her in New York and also to visit her in Denver. She's an amazing woman. We have Pennsylvania State Representative Brian Sims, who just is also thrown his hat in to run for Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania. We also have Ruben Gonzalez, who's the executive director of the LGBTQ Victory Institute. And that organization supports individuals from our community who are running for office. They sponsored our lieutenant governor when he was running for office. And as you know, we have the first openly gay lieutenant governor in the United States here, Joshua Tenorio. They sponsored me when I ran for the Senate a couple years ago. And then we also have a couple of, from the Human Rights Campaign, James Servino, who's from Guam, and legal director Sarah Rebo, who will be talking about what the Biden administration is doing for the LGBTQ community. And then we just got news that Mr. Reggie Greer from the Biden administration will be joining us. And he has a very, very important role in this new administration. He's the director of priority placement and the senior advisor on LGBTQ engagement at the White House. So yeah, we have a whole slew of panelists that are supporters. They're women for LGBTQ rights, women's rights, people of color. And we're lucky to have them speaking with us tomorrow during the launch of our organization.
That is a wonderful lineup. And Lesia, let me ask you now, because the LGBT community on Guam has always been advocates of inclusion and of equality, obviously, and for love, and it's always been that way. But you've also been stewards of service, with COVID basically taking away a lot of what we know as freedoms and our ability to go out and interact and everything like that. What are you seeing this year as if things hopefully trend as the way they are and everything like that, maybe getting back into the community within reason and continuing to do community service and educational initiatives?
Right. Well, one of the missions of Equality Guam is to reach out to the youth and support our schools. There are several schools that have LGBTQ organizations with them, and we want to connect them with the resources that they need to grow and thrive and survive. Whether it's connecting them with role models in our community, leaders, or helping them to find funds for T-shirts they need or equipment. We want to be here to connect the dots and make sure that they have positive role models here in our community, that we're working on passing legislation that will protect them and support them, and make them feel welcome in our community.
Well, thanks for bringing up, the youth movement, because I've often wondered, how many members does Equality Guam have right now, like in good standing, and then of those, how many are young people?
Well, tomorrow will be our first meeting, so we will be electing our board, and
So roll call
right
is going to be
now,
very substantial.
yeah,
We now know the numbers.
yes. So it's open to anyone that wants to attend, and you will automatically become a founding member. If you attend the meeting tomorrow. But Equality Guam has been incorporated by myself, attorneys Todd Thompson and Mitch Thompson, and with the leadership of our Lieutenant Governor. We also have former Senator and Judge and OPA Auditor BJ Cruz, and Dr. Melissa Titano from UOG. As kind of our foundation, and we're reaching out to anyone that wants to join. Over the next couple months, we're hoping to recruit more people. We need some people from our legislature, from our schools. There are definitely people out there from our hotel industry, our tourism industry, our service industries. They're all welcome to join. And we're going to be doing a very strong outreach.
And Lasia, because the name of your organization is literally Equality Guam, do people that would like to participate or sit in on the meetings, share their voice or their ideas, do they have to, be members of the LGBT community?
Oh, absolutely not. We're open to allies, to family members of LGBTQ members of our community, and we're open, and we believe in equality for all, for
because
women,
that is the point. Yeah.
There's so many intersections. Yes, right. Absolutely. We're not exclusive. And I just want to say that there was something really important that was introduced today, just a few hours ago, from Congressman David Cicilline, I believe, from Rhode Island, and that's the Equality Act, which President Biden said he would introduce within the first 100 days of his administration. And it's very important because that would ban discrimination from LGBT discrimination within employment, with education, if you're going to apply for credit, jury service, housing, public accommodations, healthcare. So that's really important, and it's kind of timely, that tomorrow we're having our first meeting. So it's a very happy day for us, considering the last administration banned transgender people from serving in the military. They were trying to dismiss and ban LGBT students from participating in sports. So it's a 180-degree turn, and I can't tell you how better I've been sleeping and breathing in the past month than the past 4 years. Yeah, I'm sure many people in our community.
So the optics are that there are very, very more positive days ahead, because I remember it. Gosh, Lasia, how long ago was that when we had the Love Wins campaign? Because here at KUM we did our year-end special, and hashtag Love Wins was the #1 story of the year when same-sex marriage was formally legalized, and that was such a watershed moment for the community, and everybody in the community got behind it, and they were like, this is the right thing to do. We support this. And what year was it? Was that
2015?
That was 15. Wow, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that we'll be able to this year have such a big celebration as we've had with Guam Pride, due to COVID. But definitely, we're going to be having quarterly Zoom meetings where we bring other guests in from the States, leaders that can speak to our youth and talk about what's going on and the things that we can do here to protect our community from discrimination.
Absolutely. Okay. Final question and everything, because, so much of what we want to do is educate all Guamanians, regardless of where you're from, where you went to school, what your political alliances are and everything like that. Would you like to make some sort of appeal to your members or to anybody who's listening right now about being vaccinated or anything in general?
Please tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. On our Facebook page, Equality Guam. The link for the Zoom meeting is also in there if you want to attend the Zoom meeting. We have a lot of interesting things that we're going to do this year. with the introduction of the Equality Act, I think that there's going to be definitely a lot of backlash. There's already senators in the states that have spoken out against it. So we have a huge fight ahead of us, and we need the support from the community. We need the love from the community. I know that here in Guam, we're very family oriented, and please just tune in tomorrow. We've got great speakers, and we hope you can join us.
All right, outstanding. So Lasia, always a pleasure to catch up with you, and we hope you're staying safe, and we know you're doing good things for the community always and everything, so we greatly appreciate what you do.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. And you know what, check in very often and everything, because we want to see what you have planned in any capacity for when Pride Month rolls around.
Sure. In a couple of weeks, I'll have an update on the Hagatna restoration.
Okay. Hey, well, you've got friends here at KUAM, so just hit us up on WhatsApp and everything like that. You've basically got your own parking space here at KUAM. and we'll extend the same courtesy for Zoom.
Burger.
No, hey, we'll save you an Impossible Whopper too.
Right. There's some in the Zoom room right behind you, Lasia.
Well, I don't know. Chris looks like he had like 3 or 4.
I had one BK Big Fish just to test it because I want to make sure it's cherry before I go and say it's cherry. But it was very good. Very good.
All right,
Lasia, thank you.
Always good catching up with you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. See you.